Just give us an insight into what it's like to go into a club the size of Manchester United, and what kind of mentality do you need to succeed?
Tough mentality, put it that way. See, when I joined Manchester United many years ago, people always used to talk about Old Trafford was a graveyard for number 9. It's not the easiest place to go, score goals and be involved in a winning team. And I mean, all I say to anyone who goes to Manchester United now is go there and enjoy it, try and express yourself as much as possible. I know they're going through a tough time at the moment. Everyone talks about goals. You know, you always need goals to win football matches, but sometimes when you're at such a big club as Manchester United, it's not as easy as people make it out to be. You've got to have that right kind of mindset. You've got to have a little bit of luck as well to try and hit the ground running. And when you're in good form, you know, take those opportunities that come your way. When you're at Manchester United, there's no weekends off. Sometimes, you know, if you play for a lesser team, not being disrespectful, you might be able to play well one week and then next week have the weekend off. When you play for Manchester United, there's no weekends off. You know, everyone wants to beat Manchester United. And I think, see, the time and era that I played in, that's what we revelled in. I think that's what brought the best out of us week in, week out, because we knew everyone wanted to beat us and we was always up for that challenge.
Sesko in particular has come from abroad, still a young player. For somebody like him, is patience the key?
Yeah, definitely. Coming to England anyway, and coming to the Premier League is totally different to any league. But coming to Manchester United and trying to make it at Manchester United number 9, you know, there's going to be massive expectations on you. It could become daunting, of course it could be. But you just got to go out there, you got to do your own thing, keep working hard and continue to do what got you to move in the first place.
Ruben Amorim has just had his 1-year anniversary and things are looking very positive.
Yeah. Everyone's happy for him, you know. It's I think managing a club like Manchester United at such a young age as well, it's never going to be easy. Obviously, they're not challenging for major honours as well, and you know, needing a manager that can try and get them back to being involved in competing for major honours. So yeah, it's been tough for him, but you know, he's persevered and he's continuing.
One of the other big moves this summer, Alexander Isak from Newcastle to Liverpool. You did a similar move in leaving Newcastle to take a step up to a bigger club. How challenging is that?
Yeah, it's always challenging. And I think that's why as players you want to make those decisions. I think when you believe that you're moving to a club who can win the Premier League, you know, compete in the Champions League and all major honours, you've got to understand, yeah, possibly you're going to go there, it's going to take a little bit of time, but you will understand why you went there in the end. So in Isak's case, you know, it's been a tough start for him. The way the deal's gone about as well, people can look at that and say, well, we should have done this, you should have done that. But what's happened has happened. All he's got to do now is just get his head down, keep working, and fingers crossed it works out for him.
Do you think it will, given his attributes and the way that he performed at Newcastle?
Yeah, you don't become a bad player overnight. It might take him a little bit of time, you know. Newcastle, he was the main guy up front. You go into Liverpool now, you're not the main guy up front anymore.
Because you experienced that as well?
Yeah, 100%. You know, and you're playing in a different team that play a totally different way. You know, once he understands that, he gets himself up to fitness, it will turn around for him.
What about his replacement at Newcastle, Nick Woltemade? Do you think he will fit in at Newcastle long term? We've seen flashes of what he's capable of already.
I think so, yeah. If you look at what he's done now, I don't think anyone could have expected that of him. He's an individual that wants to come, get involved in the play, link the play and all that. But he's had such a good start, scoring goals as well. You know, that's a big plus in itself. For what he is, his size, he's tall, he's gangly, he's got a real good first touch. He likes to bring players into play, gets himself in the box and that.
Gyökeres has gone into Arsenal in the summer. Is he the missing piece that wins them the title?
Only time will tell. Arsenal have never had that type of centre forward. You know, they've always kind of like an individual who gets in the box, scores goals. You know, Gyökeres is a different guy and runs from deep, runs into the channels, which the modern day football, you don't see that from centre forwards anymore. You know, he's prepared to do that kind of work. So we'll have to wait and see if he is the guy that Arsenal have been searching for to score them goals for them to win the Premier League.
When you watch games, do you see pretty quickly with strikers whether there's a top player in that? Are you looking at maybe things that other people don't pick up? And
yeah, of course I am, because I watch the game from obviously where I see it from. You know, the way I used to play, and if I was playing now, the areas I would try and get myself in. When I was playing, I would always try to work on the opposite to what a centre-half wanted. Centre-half wants to push out the pitch, not a problem, I want to run in behind. If the centre-half wants to drop off, I ain't got a problem, I'll get it to my feet. So you just got to try and mix it up. So yeah, when I watch the game, there's certain things I look for in centre forward, certain attributes and that, and turn and say to myself, okay, he'll possibly score goals. He might struggle to score goals, but that's just my opinion.
Erling Haaland, can we get your opinion on him because he can't stop scoring?
Nah, it's unbelievable. When you have a team that is built for you, what do you expect? You know, if he was out of the team, injured or whatever, I genuinely do believe Manchester City would really struggle to score goals, because if you look at the goals he's got now, and if you look at Man City as a team, you take his goals out, where the goals come from. But this guy, what he does he's phenomenal at what he does.
Just how good is he? And how difficult is it to do what he's doing on a regular basis?
And I think
in the Premier
as a
League?
finisher in that area, I don't think I've seen anyone better at doing what he does at pure finishing.
Is he the best Premier League striker of all time?
I'm not sure about that. Goal scorer and what he does, yeah, he's got to be up there. But when you talk about the best Premier League striker, there's Premier League strikers who haven't played the way he's played, who have scored goals. So you got to flip it on its head and turn and say, well, if a team was built around this individual and he'd played this way, how many goals would he have got? So, I mean, he's up there, but I'm not going to sit and say he's the best Premier League striker that the Premier League has seen. I can't sit and say that because I've got so much respect for the guys that have gone before him that have scored goals in a different era.
How do you see the title race this season?
I think it's going to be another tight one. I know Arsenal at the present moment are absolutely flying. But as we know in football, every team goes for a blip. Ultimately, we know Arsenal's blip's going to come, Man City's blip's going to come. I don't know if Liverpool have already gone through theirs. We've got so far to go. The manager always used to say to us, you know, the season doesn't get going till Easter. I mean, we're saying to ourselves, the season nearly finished. But mentally, the games come thick and fast. You know, points are dropped, points are picked up. You just don't know that time of season what can happen.
And just to finish, fast forward to next summer, the World Cup. England's chances, Harry Kane, do we have maybe the backup for him? How do you see the striking situation?
England's chances are just like any of the other top nations. Harry Kane's had a fantastic start to the season as well. If he continues that form and goes into the World Cup, that everyone will be very, very happy. Regarding if he's injured or out of form at that stage, or whatever maybe, do we have the replacement? Well, only time will tell, because you're only going to know if you've got the replacement if someone's given the opportunity to be given game time to prove themselves that they are good enough. And for me, it's that simple. You'd like to believe everyone gets that chance, that Harry, like I said, is injured, which you don't want, or is out of form, or whatever it may be, that someone can step in. And I genuinely believe if someone gets the opportunity to play games, they could step up, because that's why you're playing week in, week out for your respective clubs in the Premier League or whatever it may be. So yeah, they could step up, but people just need to believe that they'll be able to do it as well.